today's video is going to be a little bit different. I thought it would be a good idea to show you an average weekly grocery shopping trip for me, what it looks like, what kind of things I get, and also how I plan out my meals for the week so that nothing gets wasted and we always have great food every night. I'm not gonna show the prices for everything just because it really depends on what grocery store you go to, or if you get organic or not organic, or if you're in Canada or in the US. So I feel like the exact dollar amounts aren't that helpful, but I will share how much I spend altogether on average in a week and then change that to American dollars so you can kind of get a sense for how much I spend. I really believe that the best thing you can do if you are starting out as a new vegan, or if you find that you always go to the grocery store like every day or every other day and you end up spending so much money over the week, the best thing that you can do is plan out your meals for the week ahead of time and do one shopping trip and get everything done, because I know a lot of people think that that's like annoying or not realistic to do every single week, or what if you're not in the mood for what you had planned and blah blah blah. But I really think that way nothing ever gets wasted and you're never in the position where you're like, oh, I really feel like this, but we don't have any of the ingredients. So you save money, you don't waste food, and you always get what you're in the mood for. So I am going to first take everything out, show you everything I got, just because I love watching and seeing what people get at the grocery store. I think it's really entertaining. After everything is out, I'm going to separate it off by day and show kind of what I got for each meal, and also show my list that I went to the grocery store with so you can kind of see how I did it. So this week I actually went to the package free store and a regular grocery store. We only go to the package free store maybe once a month or every few weeks because we get enough of the kind of nuts and oats and that kind of thing to last us a while, so we don't have to go every week. But since I did go today, I thought it would be nice to kind of show you what I get there also. So if you've never been to a package-free store or a zero-waste store, basically they just have a bunch of bins of all sorts of bulk items, and you bring your own jars from home or packages of some kind, and then you write the weight of that item on it and then the code for that item, and then they kind of figure out how much you owe based on that. It's kind of complicated when you go for the first time, but you get used to it after the first time and it's super easy. So first thing is sugar. We were out of sugar in the raw, so I got some of that. Then I got some nutritional yeast. We always use this in pastas and sauces and stuff because it's very cheesy. Got a bunch of oats, which I spilled all over the place actually, so that was unfortunate. Cashews, which we also always use a lot of. We have these little spice jars on the fridge, and it makes it really easy to go refill the spices. So this week we were just out of chili powder and cinnamon. I also picked up a nut milk bag, and then there were just a couple items which I didn't have containers for, so I just used their little paper bags that they had there. But this is some pecans and some granola and some coffee beans. Okay, so that was all for the package free store, and then I will move on to the produce. I always try to go to grocery stores that don't wrap their produce in plastic. I think it's so annoying and wasteful, and a lot of grocery stores in Canada and Montreal wrap everything in plastic. It's actually kind of hard to find them that don't. So we have 2 sweet potatoes, a basil plant, a red bell pepper, 3 lemons, a zucchini, a red onion, and 2 avocados. 3 bunches of broccoli, cauliflower, which is unfortunately wrapped in plastic, some cherry tomatoes, 2 white onions, some arugula, and some garlic. Moving on to the rest of the groceries, some thick rice noodles that they call rice sticks here. I don't know if they call them that everywhere, but these are really good. Big thing of spaghetti, black beans, udon noodles, some salt because we have run out of that, tahini, a little bit of almond milk, new soy sauce because we ran out, 4 tofus this week, which is more than usual, but I guess the recipes we were planning for just kind of all ended up being tofu heavy. Some smart bacon, Big thing of cashew milk. I have recently tried to have more cashew milk and almond milk and coconut milk rather than oat milk, just because I have so much oat milk on a regular basis, like so much oat milk, because I have some sort of latte every single day with oat milk, and I've just been thinking that it's probably not good for me to be consuming that much. So I've been switching to cashew for now. Some flour tortillas and some vanilla extract. Now I'm going to kind of rearrange everything to show you what I got for what meal this week, and I'm also just going to take away the stuff that isn't really used in anything but we just needed more of, like vanilla extract, salt, that kind of stuff. Okay, so usually how I think out my meals is on Saturday or Sunday, whichever day we're going to the grocery store. I think of 6 meals that we haven't had the week before or the week before that, kind of trying to just mix it up a little bit. I like thinking of 6 meals because we always have our dinners for lunch the next day, so that gives us 6 dinners and lunches and leaves just one night that we usually get takeout on. I also never schedule the meals out like for each day because I don't know what we're gonna feel like, but usually we just think of that evening, whatever, think about what meals we have left and then decide what we're gonna make. A lot of times if we're using avocado, it kind of depends on if the avocados are ripe or not. So today's Sunday, and every Sunday we have pesto. Recently we've been going off of that a little bit, but we're getting back to it now. So I already had pasta, so for pesto all I needed was basil, broccoli, some garlic, a lemon, grape tomatoes, and arugula. Then next we're gonna have mapo tofu, which is one of my favorites and one of Max's favorites. But essentially we have the black beans and things like that. So I got tofu, cauliflower, some soy sauce because we were out, and a zucchini. And then I wanted to make enchiladas because I haven't made those in a while. So for those back here, I got tortillas, a sweet potato, a can of black beans, the bell pepper, onion, and an avocado. And then for Thursday's video, I'm going to be making a spaghetti carbonara, so look out for that. But the only things I needed for that are the silken tofu, spaghetti, broccoli, onion, and some veggie bacon. For the next recipe, I wanted to make some Buddha bowls kind of thing with a tahini dressing, but we were out of tahini. So I grabbed some tahini, a red onion, a sweet potato, an avocado, and a lemon. And then for the last meal, I'm going to make a Burmese noodle curry. That is one of my mom's recipes. I will definitely post a video of that soon because it's a really good recipe. But I got the rice sticks for that, tofu, broccoli, lemon, and then again, a few things that we already have. I know this probably sounds really stupid because a lot of people do this and it's just like common knowledge, but I definitely know a lot of people could benefit from this kind of thinking. It may seem very simple and it makes everything a lot easier. Obviously, I think it's fun sometimes to just go to the grocery store and get a bunch of produce and get a bunch of other stuff, but I find that usually, especially by the end of the week, I'm thinking of like, oh, I would really love to make a curry, but I don't have any coconut milk, or oh, I would really love to make this, but we only have these 2 things, so we'll make it anyway and make it work. I think this way it just works a lot better. So all in all, at the grocery store this week, not the package free store, because again, we only do that like once a month or so, and I'm not going to count that in because that's not our weekly thing. But at the grocery store this week, we spent 107 Canadian dollars, which is 78 US dollars, which is very standard for us. Usually it's around 100 Canadian dollars. 75 US dollars. And I think that's great because it's for 2 people for 6 nights, 6 dinners, 6 lunches, and usually cereal or whatever we're gonna have for breakfast included in that. So that's pretty much a week's worth of food for $78 for 2 people, which I think is pretty good. I thought it might be helpful to just see what I do to make my life a little easier and to see how I plan out my meals and things like that. I hope you like this video. Let me know if you want me to make more like this. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you soon.